What if the happiest moment in kingdom suddenly turned into the greatest tragedy? Just when Ayodhya was preparing to celebrate the coronation of its beloved prince, a single decision changed the destiny of Rama, Sita and entire kingdom forever. Today, we witness the moment when joy turns into sorrow, when loyalty is tested, and when the path of Dharma leads Rama towards exile. In previous episode, we saw the magnificent events in the kingdom of Mithila. Prince Rama lifted the divine bow of Lord Shiva. With ease, Rama lifted the bow and while stringing it, the bow snapped into two pieces. The entire court was stunned. King Janaka then happily offered his daughter Sita's hand in marriage to Rama. Soon after, 4 divine marriages were celebrated. Now the princess returned to Ayodhya, but fate had already begun writing a different story. After the grand wedding in Mithila, Rama and Sita returned to Ayodhya. The entire kingdom was filled with happiness and celebrations. After few days, Bharata and Shatrugna has gone to their maternal uncle's kingdom in Kaikeyi. One day, King Dasharatha sat in his royal court surrounded by his ministers. Looking at Rama with his unmatched virtue, wisdom and compassion, Dasharatha felt immense pride. He thought to himself, Rama is the perfect ruler for the kingdom. And so, the king made a decision. He decided to crown Rama as the next king of Ayodhya. However, some strange and bad omens began appearing in the kingdom. Concerned about the signs, Dasharatha decided not to delay the coronation. He immediately called an assembly of ministers, elders and nobles. Standing before them, the king announced his desire. My beloved son Rama shall be crowned king of Ayodhya. The entire assembly welcomed the decision with joy. Everyone praised Rama's noble qualities. Hearing their support, Dasharatha felt relieved and ordered sage Vasishtha and sage Vamadeva to begin preparations for the coronation. Dasharatha then asked his charioteer Sumantra to bring Rama to the royal court. When Rama arrived, Dasharatha warmly explained his decision. He advised Rama on how to rule the kingdom with justice, compassion and dharma. Rama humbly accepted his father's words. Dasharatha then declared that Rama's coronation would take place the very next day. He also instructed Rama to fast that night as part of the sacred ritual. Across Ayodhya, preparations began immediately. The streets were decorated with flowers, banners and lamps. People sang songs and celebrated with joy. But while the entire kingdom rejoiced, a dark plan was about to begin. In Queen Kaikeyi's palace lived her maidservant named Manthara. One evening, Manthara stood on a balcony and looked at the city. She saw the entire kingdom beautifully decorated. Curious, she asked another maid what was happening. The maid happily replied, "Tomorrow Prince Rama will be crowned king." Hearing this news, Manthara's heart filled with anger and jealousy. She rushed to Queen Kaikeyi's chamber. Kaikeyi was resting peacefully on her bed, but Manthara spoke with poisonous words. "Oh foolish Kaikeyi, why are you happy? Once Rama becomes king, Queen Kausalya will gain all powers, and your son Bharata will become nothing more than a servant." At first, Kaikeyi refused to believe her. She said she loved Rama as much as Bharata, but Manthara continued planting seeds of doubt. Slowly, Kaikeyi's mind began to change. The poison of jealousy began spreading in her heart. Soon, Kaikeyi's love turned into anger. She removed all her ornaments and went to the Kopa Bhavan, the chamber of anger. Later that night, King Dasharatha entered Kaikeyi's chamber happily. He came to share the joyful news of Rama's coronation, but Kaikeyi was not there. Dasharatha found her lying on the floor in the chamber of anger. Concerned, the king asked, "What troubles you, my queen? I will fulfill any wish you desire." Kaikeyi reminded him of promise from the past. Long ago, during a battle, Kaikeyi has saved Dasharatha's life. At that time, Dasharatha has promised her 2 boons. The king agreed to fulfill them. But what Kaikeyi asked next shocked him completely. Kaikeyi's 2 boons. Kaikeyi said calmly, "For my first boon, let my son Bharata be crowned king instead of Rama." Dasharatha was stunned, but before he could react, Kaikeyi spoke again. For my second boon, send Rama into exile for 14 years. The king felt as if his world has collapsed. He begged Kaikeyi to change her decision, but Kaikeyi remained firm. The next morning, Manthara was sent to bring Rama to the palace. Rama entered the chamber and saw his father in a deep sorrow. Dasharatha could not even speak. Confused, Rama asked Kaikeyi what had happened. Without hesitation, Kaikeyi told him everything. She revealed the king's promise and demanded that Rama leave for the forest for 14 years. But instead of anger, Rama smiled calmly. He said, "If this fulfills my father's promise, I will gladly go to forest." Rama bowed to his father and accepted exile without hesitation. For him, dharma and duty were above everything. When Sita heard about Rama's exile, she refuses to stay behind. She said, "Where my husband goes, I will go." Lakshmana also insisted on joining Rama. Thus, Rama, Sita and Lakshmana prepared to leave the kingdom. The entire city of Ayodhya fell into grief. The prince who was supposed to become king was now leaving for the forest, and thus begins the most painful journey in Ramayana. A journey that would change the destiny of the world. But what happens next? How will Ayodhya react when Rama leaves? What will Bharata do when he learns the truth? We will discover this in next episode. The story of Ramayan is not just a story of kings and battles. It's a story of sacrifice, duty and righteousness. And Rama is about to show the world the true meaning of dharma. If you enjoyed this episode of Ramayan, don't forget to subscribe and continue this divine journey with us. Jai Shri Ram.